Notice what's moving. What's
Your
doing
shoulders.
Right. So let's
What?
talk about some practice. All right. So in between weeks, because we have a week before we meet again, let's talk about practice. What are we going to practice? What I would challenge all of you to do is, if everyone can, drop the club, just like we did when we started. Okay, so every time you're in front of a mirror, whether it's at a restaurant, whether it's at home, brushing your teeth,
Right, somebody just walked in.
whatever
So
it is,
kicked out, huh?
let's see how committed you can
They're
be.
calling the manager.
Let's see how committed you can be. But what I want to see everyone do is I want to see everyone slap their hands together, and I want to see everyone making the putting motion by rocking the shoulders. Notice how you're not getting a lot of body movement. What we want to see is you want to see the club going straight back, straight through. So whenever you're in front of the mirror, I want you to look up at the mirror. So go ahead and look straight up, and what you're going to see when you're looking at that mirror is you're going to see your body. Are you doing the sway? Are your hips turning? Because what you want is you want a nice smooth motion. And notice that the club, with being in your hands on the finish, is always going towards the golf ball. Does everyone feel that?
Yeah.
All right, so that's one of the practice routines I want to see everyone try. All right, so let's do a drill together. All right.
No, I like this.
I'm glad you liked that one last time. We're going to use that.
I like that.
We're going to use that. But what I'm noticing with a lot of you girls too is you're struggling with your finish. I feel like if you understand where you're going to finish, because we're all having a little bit of, like we said before, hardening issues, right? Some of them are a little left, some are a little right. So a good drill for all of you to use is working on how to get through the progression of the swing. So what I want everyone to do is just to go ahead and set up like you had a golf ball in front of you. And what I want you to do is I want you to take the club, and like what we keep talking about, we want the club to go towards what?
Target.
The target, right? So what I want you to do is to take the club from right here and just go right to your finish and hold it. Does everyone see that? Is the club pointing towards the target?
Yeah.
All right, keep, that's good. Good, good, do it again.
Go back.
I know you want to go back.
It feels
Now you
funny.
see how that looks like it's a little over there?
Yeah.
Straighten it out a little bit this way. Yeah, there you go. Is that pointing towards the target?
No, actually I'm pointing toward the clubhouse.
All right, well then adjust it back a little bit. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, I got my back to it. Good. See how the toe?
That way.
Yeah.
Wait, come back here. I want the toe like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want the toe like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so now that we got the finish, right?
Right.
So let's work on taking the club back and then coming through to our finish. Find that same exact point that you were just at. Now is that
Too high. Whoa.
too high? See?
Okay.
There you go. See, does that feel familiar? We also see how the path today affected a lot, because a lot of us were swinging, our arc was this little narrow arc.
Right.
And so that T drill is something that I encourage you to use as well. If you ever feel like you're not getting enough lifts, like so for the three of you, you know, where that ball is darting low and left, you want to set up that tee thing and get comfortable swinging out the gate. It's not even that you have to hit a golf ball. You can just set those tees up and just swing through them. And then when you feel comfortable, you just go back over there to your regular ball and hit the ball. But you're trying to practice like you're playing. So again, the driver, being one of the more important clubs to do it with, take the time, set the tee up, make sure the stance is correct, make sure your line is correct, then hit your shot. Don't fall asleep at the wheel thinking I'm just going to slap another one up there and hit it. Oh, what happened there, you know? Because what you might have done wrong the first time is completely different whenever you rush to the next shot. I always tell people, whenever you're in a rush, you're going to rush to hit another bad one, right? You're never going to hit another good one. You know, you're in your line. So what are we aiming at?
I'm just going straight out there. See that golf cart way down there? I want to get there.
Okay.
In your dreams.
In your dreams.
Well, I went to church today, you know.
Oh, that's right. You did pray on
Yeah, I did. Whoa. Where am I going?
So step back here. Let's look at that.
Oh, my goodness. I'm not going to get there. I'm going to be over there.
Right. So you see where you're lining up is also not helping the situation, because what I think is happening too is because you're lined up so far over here to the right. That's why it's part of the reason why you're picking the club up out here, because you're trying to swing to the target.
Out there.
Does that make sense? So we want to fix that line. So this is the teaching aid I'm going to give you to use. So what we want to do is we want to set this stick up But instead of setting it up where we're going to tow it, we're going to set it up kind of halfway in between here, right? So let me get you set up. All right, so now what I want you to use is I want you to use this as a reference. So when you set up, you're setting up and just kind of eyeballing that. See how I'm kind of getting my feet
Yeah.
squared up? I'm not trying to tow this.
Right.
I'm just trying to set a club up to where I can do this. And one of the things you can use for a practice routine is when you go out to the driving range, when you first get out there to play for the day, just take a club. So like for example, I got one of your clubs here. You can do the same thing with a club, just like that. Because again, the club's not in play by any means. We're not trying to tow it, but all we're trying to do is use it as a reference point. So when we're setting up, we can kind of see and then kind of get an eyeball. What does that look like? And then at some point in your practice routine, you pull the club away, and the club disappears, and then you're just back to hit your shot. But
Oh, that must mean when I say to Joe, well, why did it go that way? Well, that's where you were aiming. I was not.
Oh, does that sound familiar between Eileen and me?
Uh-huh.